We had a great trip driving over to the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas, which was founded in 2005 by Alice Walton and the Walton Family Foundation as a non-profit charitable organization which is free to the public. It's a little more than a 2-hour drive over there. Not bad on a pretty day. We had lunch in Bentonville, toured the museum, and were home for supper, tired but happy. Drove over on a weekday but found plenty of parking. This giant spooky spider welcomed us to the museum as we exited the elevators that took us down to the ground level. The grounds and the nature make up a large part of the experience. This mobile hangs over the water outside the window of a bridge leading from one gallery to another. So this is kind of out on a observation deck, looking down over the whole museum and all the bridges that make it the crystal bridges and the architecture. And wow, so that's I guess kind of a tree, and those are the kind of bridges and the forest all around.
There's a sculpture down here.
I know. That's what I said. I think it's kind of a tree. It's wild. It looks like a spider, a giant spider actually. And then
It is a spider.
People sitting out here. So we're getting ready to go down the elevator and see what we can see at Crystal Bridges. I want to know where this is in the Americas. I love these kinds of pictures. This is like the golden hour, and the light is wonderful, and it's tropical. I would like to paint like this. I love this picture. It's by Louis Remy Vigneault, Travelers in a Tropical Landscape. I would love to know where it's set. Wow, I've seen reproductions of this so many times, and now I'm like standing right in front of it. The kindred spirits. This is amazing. I'm not standing here. Actually, looking at this picture, I am so impressed. So beautiful. I didn't know who it was by. It's by Asher Brown Durant. I love this picture. So this is like the ceiling of a stairwell, and this is just crazy because it's made out of wire or string or something, and as you move through it, it changes, and the colors change, and the designs change, and it's crazy. Well, if this isn't the same picture that's on my Google Art screensaver, it's very much like it. It's a Brooklyn, New York. It looks a whole lot like it. I've always really liked that picture. Probably by the same artist. This is a Thomas Moran, one of my favorite artists. I love his work. So here's another Moran. So lucky here in Gilcrease getting to actually stand in front of these and see these. Ooh. Beautiful. I'm not familiar with this, but this is a John Singer Sargent, and I love it. I've never seen it before, but it calls to me. I love it. I absolutely love this painting. This is great. It is Capri Girl on a Rooftop. I really like this picture. It just looks like fun. It's by George Catlin. It's called Indian Encampment, but as you can see, they're catching fish on the bridge. Back here, they're lean-tos, and back there, people bathing and sitting by the stream. I really like this picture. Why is he reaching for the lily pad? Does he have a girlfriend he wants to take it to? Does he just like it? I wonder. This is by George DeForest. Brush, the Indian and the Lily. I want to know why he is reaching for the lily pad. So the way this museum is designed with the bridges and the art galleries, between each art gallery that you go into, you have the opportunity to see nature and cleanse your palate with nature, and then go into another art gallery. We don't have a whole lot of time in this next. In fact, we're probably going to go back now and we're going to take a tour of a Frank Lloyd Wright house, and then we'll come back and see the rest of the galleries. You see Dan down there taking it all in. We took a tour of the Bachman Wilson house designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, but we couldn't take pictures or videos. They moved it to that location from Pennsylvania. It was worth seeing for sure. So we're sitting here after touring the Frank Lloyd Wright house, having a water and doing a rest before we go back and see some more of the art. And this is beautiful, but I kind of feel like Jonah sitting in the whale's belly in here. This is, and we're trying to figure out how they made this. They had to have steamed this wood, those huge planks, to have curved them like that. Wow. That is quite a deal. But it is kind of like being in a whale's belly. The water is really green outside, and there's these big, huge fish. We think are maybe catfish out there. And we can see them. I don't know if you can see them in here or not, but you can see them. But the water is extremely green. This picture reminds me of the Toulouse-Lautrec pictures I saw in DC this spring. Just the colors are just amazing. The way he's picked out the light and the butterflies and the birds. We heard a story about this morning. He thought these pictures, I mean, where did he go to get these pictures? Brazil, yeah. And he thought that this would pay for his retirement, but actually the people making the prints said there was no way they could capture the colors. And so they were actually put back and not seen for years and years and years. No one saw these pictures. The way he picked out the light. Oh my goodness. These are exquisite. This was, he took these pictures he painted these pictures in Brazil there. So we had to see this Georgia Okeefe painting. When we were in New Mexico, we visited the Georgia Okeefe Museum, and they told us that the purchase of this painting by this museum funded the Georgia Okeefe Museum then. At that time, it was $44 million is what she paid for it, what Alice Walton paid for it, and that was the most that ever been paid for a painting by a female artist to that date. It's pretty spectacular. You walk into the modern art section and it's right there. We talked to one of the docents who work here, and she said that it was gone for 2 years and everyone was angry. They came to see this and they were very frustrated when it wasn't there. I was afraid it wouldn't be here today, but it is. It's beautiful. I love these. I can't remember what this kind of painting is called. They look so realistic. There's several of these here. Alexander Pope. And this This is John Frederick Picture. These are very nice. Well, this is very representative of how people were feeling in 1885 as Darwin had presented his book, and geology and paleontology were just baffling people. And they realized that the world had not been created as it is today, that it's actually changed, that our species have evolved, have become extinct. It just did not fit in their views of the Bible and the way that the world and God came together. And so this book, this painting called It's Very Queer, Isn't It? Is very representative of that. I'm going to have to look up James Henry Beard and see what his opinion was on the subject. Here's another picture I've seen. I've seen prints of this so many times, and here I am standing right in front of it. It's amazing. This is so beautiful. This is the Lanternbearers. It's just crazy that it's right here in the middle of Arkansas, and I'm standing this far from this picture. Did you know Rosie the Riveter had her foot on OKeeffe? I can't believe I actually got to see the painting. This sculpture is of Depression era men. Were they waiting for work or food? Not sure. I absolutely loved Maya's Quilt of Life by Faith Ringgold. This is a sculpture by Georgia Okeefe. So this thing is spooky. It's a larger than life-size self-portrait complete with the artist's hair by Evan Penny. Dan admired this Art Nouveau statue. So did I. Well, this sculpture does have a message. The name is Eat Meat. Wonder how much Allison Walton paid for that thing. They bought the work on paper, hung it up, and brought the artist in to continue drawing on the wall. Lobster pirates! Well, we had a great time at the Crystal Bridges Museum. We enjoyed both the art and the nature. It was well worth the drive over. We're planning some more fun day trips from Tulsa and maybe a trip to New Orleans over Thanksgiving. That would be fun. And next year we'll be traveling through Mexico. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this trip to the Crystal Bridges Museum in Arkansas. If you did, please give us a thumbs up or let us know what you think in the comments. And subscribe to our channel to keep abreast of our adventures, and check out our blog for information on Mexico and our travels. Adios for now, amigos. See you on the next one.